Hello and welcome again to airgunweb.com. My name is Rick Utzler and I'm very glad that you can join us again today. Today we're going to take a look at the Gamo Hunter Extreme. Now we've been waiting a long time to do this review and we've had technical difficulties, we've had shipping delays, we've had malfunctions, but we finally have a good working model here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gun. The Gamo Hunter Extreme is a very heavy gun. It's very thick. In fact, it's so thick that I can barely get my hands around it to shoot it. The stock is a pretty nice looking stock. The metals are also very attractive. Bluing's pretty nice and even. I'm not quite sure what that shroud's for, but it sure does look nice. One of the interesting things I noticed right away about this gun is that it's made in England, not in Spain. Gamo boasts some pretty hefty velocities with this gun. We're going to see how those work out here in just a minute. As we take a look at the underside of this gun, I want you to notice that there's an additional screw there. This gun recoils extremely violently, and you actually need additional screws holding this thing together, and I think that's why they put that big set screw there. Here's a look at the scope that Gamo includes with this rifle. It's a 3x9x50. Unfortunately, it lacks an adjustable objective and range estimating crosshairs, which means you're going to be replacing it pretty much when you get it. Let's look at some velocities. The first pellet that we just ran a test on is Gamo's PBA ammo. That's their performance ballistic alloy. That's their super fast ultralight pellet that they market pretty heavily. That ammo is supposed to go 1,650 feet per second in this gun. We did get a high of 1,530, a low of 1,511, an average of 1,521 with a difference of 19 feet per second. Now, even though it didn't hit 1,650, those are some pretty consistent velocities out of the PBA ammo. We also got a fairly decent group. I don't expect much out of the PBA ammo because it's just too light. With the exception of one flyer, you're looking at a 3/4 inch group at 20 yards. For the PBA ammo, that's something else. We're going to switch to the RWS Hobbies and see what we get with those. Okay, so we just shot the RWS Hobby pellets, which are pretty much the industry baseline for velocity. We had a high of 1203, a low of 1189, an average of 1195 with a difference of 14 feet per second. Let's go ahead and test the Crosman Premier Hollow Point. Okay, so that last group was with the Crosman Premier Hollow Points. We had a high of 1130, a low of 1106, an average of 1118 with a difference of 24 feet per second. As you can see from these shot groups, this shooting session with the Gamo Hunter Extreme frankly did not turn out so well. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through the details, but suffice it to say, no matter what pellet I put through it, these groups are pretty typical. You'd get 2 or 3 that would stack pretty close, and then things would start going all over the place. I expected more out of this gun. At times when I was shooting off camera, I managed to squeak out a group here and there that wasn't too bad, say in the 1/2 inch to 3/4 range. But for a gun that's costing close to $500, I expect more. I expect a lot more. A better trigger may make all the difference, however. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this review of the Gamo Hunter Extreme. This is the .177 caliber. I can only imagine that you're going to get better results with a .22 caliber rifle. I think this is just way too much power for a 177. If someone were to ask me if I would recommend this gun, I don't think I really could. It costs a lot of money, and it really doesn't deliver on accuracy. Definitely delivers on power, and if you want bragging rights, I don't know of another spring gun that's going to give you more velocity than this Hunter Extreme. Very, very difficult to cock, even more difficult to shoot well. The trigger is absolutely ridiculously hard to pull. There's a lot that needs to happen to make this gun really worth what Gamo's asking for it. I want to thank the guys again over at PyramidAir.com. They didn't have to give us this very expensive rifle to test, but they did. And they did it so that you can know for sure if it's something you want to pick up. So when you're ready for your next batch of supplies, or you're looking to get your next air gun, be sure to give the guys over at Pyramid Air a call. My name is Rick Utzler with AirgunWeb.com. Look forward to seeing you again soon.